Hey everyone, welcome to the UXF channel and welcome to this demonstration and tutorial for an arrangement of Aloha Oe that I have created. Again, Aloha Oe is a very famous song from Hawaii that is in the archives, National Archives of Hawaii. It was written by Queen Liliʻuokalani, who was the last Queen Regent of Hawaii before it became a United States territory and then a state later. So it's a very important song. It's usually performed in farewells. It's a beautiful song. I've had choirs sing it. And I saw an arrangement of it the other day that was really embellished. And I thought, you know what, I can make a more simpler chord melody. So if you want to go and download this, you can. It's a PDF on my website at ukestuff.info. Go to the page that's labeled My Tabs, and you'll see Aloha Oe listed right there. Now, if you want to support the work on this channel, there are three things you can do. First of all, you can like the video. Second, you can subscribe to the channel. And third, you can always buy me a cup of coffee to say thank you for making this content at buymeacoffee.com/ukestuff. All right, let's begin with a demonstration. I have it available both for GCEA and DGBE ukulele, which would be baritone. And I do want to point out that in my arrangements, when I'm arranging for ukulele, what I do is I actually write it so that the melody is always on the top string, so that if you're playing low G or high G, you can play it. And if you ever want to just play the melody, it's whatever the highest note is in the chord. So, for example, if you're starting at the beginning of the song and you're playing, the top note is always going to be the melody. So just keep that in mind if you don't want to play all the chords. And this is chord melody, which ultimately takes the melody and then adds chords underneath it. And it's meant to be played generally by strumming with your thumb, although you can break it up and pick or whatever you want to do. You can even play the chords with more than one finger if you want to, but it's created so you can play it with your thumb. All right, so here is Aloha Oe on GCEA soprano concert tenor ukulele. I'll be using this instrument. This is my Kamaka HP1L anniversary, 100th anniversary long neck pineapple. So it has a concert neck and a soprano pineapple body. All right, for DGBE, I'll be using this instrument. This is my Tom concert ukulele, but it has Pepe Romero baby baritone strings on it, which allows me to tune it like a baritone. It may not be perfect sounding like a real baritone, but at the same time, it makes me be able to make tutorials and so forth without having to switch scale lengths, because most of the time I play concert, so to jump from concert or soprano to baritone can be really tricky for me. So this allows me to stay within that same range of scale, yet play a baritone. All right, here we go. Now, with GCEA and DGBE, either way, we're generally staying within standard first position chords, and there's not really anything to do up the neck or anything fancy, which makes this perfect, and it also keeps it in a singable range. Now, you could shift it so you got more chords, more full chords on the lower notes, but if you do that, then you take it out of singable range. Really, it's probably should be an F or G for most singers, and in the case of GCEA, it is in G. So let's just talk through what you do here real quick. I'll put up the music here line by line, and we'll just walk through it. So you start off by playing the outline of a G chord with strings 3 and 2, and then the whole G chord. Then you play an open first string, then a C chord where you're putting your third finger on the second string third fret. And then you just switch fingers and then open, and then part of a G chord, but not the whole chord, just strings 4 and 3. Then a full G chord. Then your Hawaiian D7, top string, Hawaiian D7 again, G chord, and then part of the G chord without the first string. The one thing I should say in measure 6 is after you play the D7 chord, you play the first string and then walk up 2, 3 as if you're going to play the C chord, except just playing the first string, and then you've got a G chord, and then part of the G chord again. Then it's pretty much the same thing you just did. You outline the G chord, third and second string, whole G chord, first string open, C chord with the third finger on the second string, third fret, then G chord without strings 1 and 2, then add more of the G chord, walk down so you are on the second string, second fret, then most of the C chord except for the top string, then open first string, then the G note, which is the second string, third fret, then a Hawaiian D7, second string, second fret, and then add your third finger to the first string, second fret while playing the Hawaiian D7, then lift it open, play just the first string, and then most of your G chord. And I repeat that, by the way, in the arrangements, because otherwise you just hang on and nothing happens there. So that's why I have it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then we continue on in the second half of the song. So you play the third string, second fret, most of the C chord except for the first string, G note, full C chord. Okay, open E, so on the E string, second string open. Then you're going to be outlining the G chord. So you're playing strings 4 and 3, string 2, and then all 4 strings. Back to string 2, then Hawaiian D7 without the top string. Lift your second finger, add it back, then add your third finger, lift again, and play the full Hawaiian D7. Play the first string, open, then second, then third on the first string, and then a full G chord. Then take away the top note of the G chord. Now we do most of that same thing again. Third string, second fret, then open C chord except for the top string. Add the G note, second string, third fret, then full C chord. Back to the open second string E. Then you're outlining the G chord again. So you're playing strings 4 and 3, then string 3, then 1, 4, 3, and 2, then just string 2, and then finally a full G chord. Back down to the second string, third fret, then a Hawaiian D7. Add your third finger on the second string, the G note. Then you've got that Hawaiian D7 with the third finger playing the first string, second fret again. Lift up that third finger. And then you're just playing the second string, second fret, and then a G chord without the top string. And that all just repeats. get to our second ending, we play a G chord except for the top string, then add the fourth finger to the first string 3rd fret, and then lift that away, so you play the G chord at the end. It's called a plagal cadence. All right, let's take a quick look at the entire song and how to play it on baritone as well. Now in baritone, I'm using the same exact string fingerings as GCEA, so we're no longer in the key of G as in GCEA, but now we're in the key of D, which makes sense. GCEA, DGBE, right? So this song is going to be in the key of D. It's going to be a little low for a lot of singers, just as a side note, in that other key, which is a perfect fourth lower than what you'd play it in GCEA. All right, so let's begin at the beginning. You outline a D chord with your fingers, and then you just play the certain strings that are marked. So you play string 3, string 2, all 4 strings. Lift on the first string open. Now, part of the G chord, except you're going to add the 3rd finger on the first string 3rd fret, 2nd finger, 3rd finger, open, all on the 2nd string, and then part of your D chord again, except strings 4 and 3 only. Then you repeat that. Then the full D chord, then the A7, and this is really not the full A7. It's sort of like the Hawaiian D7 on soprano concert tenor. If you want to call it that, it'd be sort of the Hawaiian A7. Just so you know, it's not the full A7, but it's missing the A. It's got all the other notes of an A7. So it's got your C sharp, it's got your E, and it's got your G in it, but it's missing the A. But your ear sort of supplies it. And then you repeat the first string open, and then you play that A7 chord again. You repeat the open first string, then 2nd, and then 3rd frets on the first string, and then your D chord, full D chord. Then much of this is the same for the second trip around. So you get, you're outlining again the D chord, and you're starting on the 3rd string. Full, open first, that G chord with the 3rd finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret. You're still outlining the D chord here, strings 4 and 3. So you're just playing most of the D chord. Now you're playing 4, 3, and 2. And then you walk down, 2nd string 2nd fret, G open, 1st string open, 2nd string 3rd, A7 again, except strings 4, 3, and 2. Repeat the 2nd string. Now add your 3rd finger to the 1st string 2nd fret. That's going to make sort of a suspension for a moment. Open 1st string, and then your D chord except for the 1st string. That takes us through the first half of the song. Now, we're starting where you have the forward-facing repeat sign. That would be measure 15, 16, 17 on the G chord. Open 4, 3, 2. Picking up to it actually is the 3rd string 2nd fret. Then the G chord. 3rd finger or 3rd fret 2nd string. Full G chord. Open 2nd string. Part of the D chord, strings 4 and 3. Then you add the 2nd string. Now the full D chord. Back down to the 2nd string 3rd fret. A7 again. Open, all on 2nd string, 2nd, 3rd, A7 full. Repeat the 1st string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, then a D chord. Then strings 4, 3, and 2, the D chord. 2nd fret, 3rd string, G chord except for the top string. 2nd string, 3rd fret, full G chord, open 3rd string, part of the D chord, 4 and 3. Repeat the 3rd string, add the 3rd finger to make more of the D chord, play strings 4, 3, and 2, repeat the 2nd string, and then a full D chord, back to the 2nd string 3rd fret, A7 now, except for string 1. Walk up with the 3rd finger on the 2nd string 3rd fret, then move that finger over to play the 1st string 2nd fret with all 4 strings, then lift up that third finger on the first string. Then you've got just the second string, second fret, and then most of the D chord except for the top string. Then you have the repeat back. So that's the first ending. You're going to repeat back to the front facing repeat sign and go back there after you play the third string, second fret. Now, this is the second ending. What you're going to do is add the fourth finger to the first string, third fret, which makes a D sus4, and then lift up to just play the normal D chord. And that makes a plagal ending. It's a 4-to-1 or a subdominant to a tonic. All right, so again, you can find this for free. I'll have it in 2 different PDFs right on the UkeStuff website, ukestuff.info. No strings attached, and you can find it there in my tabs, and it'll be under Aloha Oe, either for GCEA or Aloha Oe for DGBE. And you can download it and play it, and feel free to embellish it as you like. Again, I just wanted to make one that was a little more accessible, and because this one really stays in that first position and doesn't do anything really crazy, it's a great song to start with chord melody and to give honor to the tradition of the ukulele with its Hawaiian roots. So, thanks for joining me for the video. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll be back soon with some more uke stuff for you.